Pacific Oaks College is located in an urban setting in the city of Pasadena in Los Angeles County. Much like the Southern California region, Pasadena residents are racially, ethnically, and economically diverse. In 2019, Dr. Jack Pedunton was named president of Pacific Oaks College. He developed a committee to research the feasibility of meeting the eligibility requirement and apply to the Department of Education for a Hispanic Serving Institution grant. Pacific Oaks College applied with a 48.7% of its total undergraduate student population as Latinx above the 25% eligibility requirement. In October 2020, Pacific Oaks was awarded a U.S. Department of Education Title V grant, providing a $2.5 million across 5 years. These funds allowed us to implement a wide range of services to academically support our students' retention to graduation and thrive during their college experience. Students benefit from a dedicated undergraduate success center with a lending library of books and laptops, complimentary bilingual tutoring service, academic advising, a speakers series to share the backstory and successes based on a foundation of higher education of Latinx. This podcast series is part of our HSI Grants educational outreach to raise awareness of the value and importance of higher education degree attainment within the Latino community. The podcast will provide you with information on how to begin your college dream. You'll learn about financial aid in completing the FAFSA, aligning your interest with a college degree program, the application process, and what campus resources are available to you. We will share motivating stories from local Latinos who have overcome challenges and earned their college degree as the foundation for their success. You will also hear from faculty and alumni who are there to support you as a student to strive and excel, becoming self-sufficient and successful.
Welcome to Pacific Oaks College Hispanic Serving Institution Podcast. Tu sueño, tu realidad.
In this episode, Pacific Oaks College Dean of Students, Michael Lopez-Patton, speaks about the individualized and customized approach Pacific Oaks College takes towards supporting students. Dean Lopez-Patton discusses the way in which the college recognizes the cultural aspects of family and learning, and the importance of individual backgrounds and beliefs in the support structure for students. He also discusses the one-on-one attention the college offers students so they can be guided and supported through each step of their education. Dean Lopez-Patton discusses why it is important for students to feel a sense of belonging and feel recognized in the classroom to be successful in their pursuit education.
Michael, welcome to the podcast. We're very happy to talk to you about Pacific Oaks, about the experience of the students. Can you provide, talk a little bit about you and your relationship with Pacific Oaks?
Absolutely. I'm glad to be here. I have been with the college for a little over 6 years now. I started primarily working with our new students, the brand new students that were first enrolling at the college, and have now transitioned into the full life of the students now as the Dean of Students. So I currently work with supporting all of our students through their entire degree program with all of the supports that they need outside of the classroom. So all of the engagement, all of the learning supports, the tutoring and resources that we make available to them to ensure that they feel supported and are successful in seeking their degree program. I think any student that comes to Pacific Oaks College is seeking to make a change in their life. They want to better themselves. They want to progress in their career. And certainly as a Hispanic serving institution, we have a very large population of Hispanic students. So if you were to say, what is our typical student? I might say they actually are or may be Hispanic. But we also know that within the Hispanic culture, it's important for students to feel a special support that recognizes their uniqueness within their culture and recognizes the importance of family and their responsibility to their own community and to become a leader within their own community and example for others.
Please explain the steps to success that is so specific to Pacific Oaks College.
Well, what we really do is recognize the importance and uniqueness of every student and making sure that we recognize what are the unique supports and the unique types of engagement activities and learning resources that they need to be successful. Some students will have similar needs, others will have something very specific for them, and we really try to get to know them individually to know what works for them. While their degree program will be the same for every student, we know that the customized approach that we take for each individual student might be very different.
I'm interested. You just said customized approach. So is that what you're proposing with this academic success program that Pacific Oaks has? Is a customized approach individualized?
Absolutely. We recognize that every student might have specific needs within their family, within their work life. And so, again, while their degree program and the requirements of their academic program might be the same as every other student, one student might need very different type of learning supports than another. And so we really try to, from day one, even when they're just considering coming to Pacific Oaks College, getting to know them as an individual, their story, their background, and what they see as an obstacle to their success, so that we can put a program in place for them that will help them be successful in a way that they need to be, rather than what the college just simply believes is necessary for them.
When was the Student to Success program started? Why was it created?
Well, we could say we've been doing many of these things all along at Pacific Oaks, but really formalizing this for our undergraduate population. We started looking at this about 3 years ago, I believe, is when we started to really formulate a full plan to develop a center that focused on these individual students. So while I say it's been a long time in the making, as we've approached the way we support our students, this formal program that we have now in place, it's been about 3 years.
And Michael, how much the participation of students, how are you getting them involved? I know that you said that when they first come in or when they first call to say, I'm interested in coming to Pacific Oaks, how is that working?
Well, we try a very comprehensive approach. The first thing is just that impression that we give our students. We need to make sure that what they see at Pacific Oaks College may be different from what they've experienced in their own educational journey in the past. But we really make a deliberate effort to introduce our Student Success Center and representatives from our Student Success Center from the very beginning. So we make sure that we have representatives from the center present at new student engagement events, orientation, welcome events. We really want them to see the Student Success Center and this success program as part of their education at Pacific Oaks, rather than just something that they can voluntarily opt into. We really want them to see that this is part of what they will experience here, regardless of where they are in their own journey.
Why do you believe that the Steps to Success program would support the Latinx students at Pacific Oaks?
Well, I believe that it will be most successful because we recognize the cultural differences that our students might experience when they go to another school. There is, for right or wrong, there is sometimes a philosophy that we ignore culture and say every student is treated the same. That doesn't necessarily work. A one-size-fits-all approach doesn't always work for individual students. So recognizing that there are individual needs, different perspectives, even within the Hispanic population, we can really make sure that our students feel at home, that they feel comfortable where they are, they feel comfortable being themselves, and they also see role models. They see Hispanic members of the community that are now their instructors, their professors, their tutors, their supports. They recognize that this is a place for them and that this is a place for them to develop into the leader that they want to be in the future.
Michael, you mentioned that there's customized support. Can you elaborate on what kind of support that is?
Absolutely. At the Student Success Center in this program, we have a very vital role that is played by our student success coach, who is able to actually meet with the student one-on-one, talk with them about what's going on. And when I say what's going on in their life, it's more than just what are you studying in class. It's really what happens in your life outside of class. Do you have children? Do you have family? Do you have job responsibilities? Because we really want to see how can learning and the work that they need to do to be academically successful can fit into their role as a father, mother, brother, sister, employee, boss, and make sure that it's a holistic approach to their individual path rather than just simply saying, this is what your homework assignment is and let's look at it.
So what are the benefits of the program?
The benefits of the program really for the students are to be able to, again, recognize that they can be themselves and feel comfortable, that they can be respected, and that they can receive individualized support when they do need something academically. We also look at sometimes just the basic physical needs that our students might have. We recognize in our school today, you need technology. If students don't have access to a good computer, we're able to offer them a computer through our lending library, textbooks, et cetera, just to make sure that they've got even the basic needs met to be a student.
So this Student Success Center, it's being sponsored by the Hispanic Serving Institution grant. Is that the
Absolutely, yes. Our Department of Education recognizes certain colleges based off of their populations can be designated as a Hispanic serving institution. Pacific Oaks College certainly is designated as a Hispanic serving institution, which allowed us to apply for a grant that would allow us to fund the Student Success Center and provide additional support layers like this lending library and tutoring services for students as needed to make sure that they have what they need to be a successful, what I would say, not just a successful student, a successful graduate of the college.
So you have the Student Success Center. What role are the faculty playing with the student as well? I mean, is this a holistic approach, or how is it just one side, or can you elaborate?
No, I think that's a great question. And absolutely, it's holistic. Each student also has their own faculty advisor. They're a member of our full-time faculty. They are professionals in their own discipline that they're teaching. Students can seek guidance from their faculty advisor and everything from the types of electives, the type of fieldwork experience, what they might need to do to be prepared for their professional career. And I know that our student success coach at the Student Success Center regularly speaks with the faculty as well to make sure that what we are doing for a particular student matches what they are guiding so that it really does have a holistic support layer put in place for each student.
Great.
Do all the community college offer the Step of Success program or something similar?
I would not say all. I would say that most colleges I'm familiar with certainly are concerned with the academic support and success of their students. Some colleges out there do have some types of student success programs and bridge programs in place. So I do believe that we all have that same goal of making sure our students are academically successful. I think what's unique about our program is our history with our Latino population, given that the majority of our students do fall into the Hispanic designation, as well as just the fact that we really dedicate ourselves as a college to recognizing the richness of the Hispanic cultures and making sure that the approach we take is in alignment with the cultural needs of each student.
Now, you just said cultures. Can you elaborate on the different cultures that Pacific Oaks has?
Well, absolutely. My gosh, I would say we're definitely a very international population ourselves. We did a survey. We found how many languages are just spoken within the college by faculty and staff. But we also recognize that even when we say Latino or Hispanic, that is certainly not one culture. It's a rich population of many countries, many cultures, many belief systems. Maybe it's common that they speak a similar language, but we also recognize that you can't just say Hispanic and say that covers everything. There are certainly different beliefs, even attitudes and perspectives that come from each of those various countries and cultures within the Hispanic population. And I think it's important for a college to recognize that in order to really truly make a student feel comfortable and feel accepted.
What is the impact that you have seen in students that are getting this help?
Oh, I think it's tremendous when a student is actually able to speak about their own situation, be it at home with their family or be it in the experience that they've had in previous situations and settings where they couldn't open up about what was going on in their lives. They may have struggled academically, and it might not have had anything to do with their ability to be successful as an academic student. When they can feel comfortable about talking what some of those obstacles are, it allows us then to work with them. And having students share that and say that's the first time they were able to really talk about it and have somebody actually understand why that's an obstacle for them, it allows us to find a way around that obstacle. I don't want to say it's something that's a barrier that stops them. I say it's just an obstacle and we can help them find a path around it. When we say that our core values are diversity, respect, inclusion, and social justice, those aren't just words for us at Pacific Oaks. It's what we really believe in. Certainly our president supports this as well. Even before we had the Student Success Center, our academic advisors will take that time to get to know their students individually and work with them. The Student Success Center now adds an extra layer that gives some cultural intelligence to the way that we approach our students. And every undergraduate student is able to get the guidance and support they need out of the Student Success Center. They don't have to be Hispanic. It's not only for Hispanic students. It's for every undergraduate student. But certainly knowing that a large population at our college is Hispanic, it gives them that extra layer of knowing that they can be comfortable with who they are and speak to someone who really understands them.
Part of the Student Success Program is helping students become more confident in their academic ability and earn their bachelor's degree, as well as give back to their community. Will you share some example of that?
Well, I think a lot of our students actually come to us with a variety of experiences that they've had at their previous colleges. They've come to colleges where they didn't get to see themselves in their faculty members. They didn't get to see themselves mentioned in the texts that they were used when they were being taught, and certainly not in even their leadership. And that can have an impact on a student. It makes them feel like maybe this isn't for me. So one of the really big successes for us here is making sure that students do see themselves in that, and that it becomes more about recognizing that they can do this. It's easy for a student to confuse not fitting in with not being academically able or capable. And we separate that and we say that you are academically capable. Let us show you why. And that's a big piece for the students. I think a lot of times in our society, we might not separate that enough. We might not say, we say that, oh, you're not academically eligible or capable here. And really that has nothing to do with it. We find our students are brilliant and they're able to do many things and be very successful here. And we want to make sure that they know that.
I sort of want to summarize, our conversation today. And you have hit, Michael, something that's very close to my heart and my commitment as an educator. And that is the Pacific Oaks here is to serve its students, not to enroll. Because we can enroll hundreds and hundreds. But when you actually talk about the serving aspect of it, I think this is what you've been saying all along, is that you are able to customize, you are able to individualize these programs and the support that is needed for this student to actually succeed in their academic journey. That in itself, I think, says a lot about the commitment that Pacific Oaks has to not only serve their undergraduate population, but their student body.
It's a huge piece for us. And I can tell you that from my own personal experience, I've seen firsthand, we do get to know these individuals, these students that we work with. And when I, as the dean of students, call a faculty member and I have something I need to discuss about a particular student, I need only mention that student's name and the faculty member says, yes. And they can tell me this whole background about the student. They know them, they know their situations. It never ceases to amaze me at how well we really do know our students as individuals. I rarely find myself having to say, here's the situation, this is what's going on. They already know because they know the student as well. And that's a huge step for us because then we really can come up with a process that works for the student as opposed to playing a guessing game.
It's a community that you're building with the students that are coming within the institution, right?
That's absolutely it. We say we believe in the power of community. When you join Pacific Oaks College, you join our community. You become a member of our community. And our alumni who graduate from the college are not just alumni. They are now leaders in our community. We live in the same community as our students. We want our students to continue to be in this community and to be successful and to go out and show others how they can do it as well.
Here, it seems to be that we discover that we are capable.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
And we discover it in community, right? Not only with the staff, but also with the students surrounded, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. It's a huge piece for us is making sure that students understand that if you weren't successful someplace else, it doesn't mean that you can't be successful. It just means maybe they didn't take the right approach or maybe they're not the right approach for you. And that's what we want to make sure students see here.
Great. In a few words, what do you think makes the Student Success Program valuable for students?
It gives them a sense of belonging at the college. Like I said, all schools really focus on the academic success of their students. They really do care. But for our students, it's one thing to say, I went to a school, I learned, I passed my tests, I got my degree. It's another thing to say, I went to that school and I belonged there. And I got my degree, but I belonged there. And that's a really big piece of what we want each of our students to feel.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you.
In the next episode,
I ask, what do you want to do? Where do you see yourself in 5 years or 10 years or over the course of a career? And how do you fit with those ideas? And what do you need to do to prepare educationally for that career path?
Dr. Terry Webster will talk about how to select the right college degree to prepare for your career.